Hi you guys, welcome back. Let's throw it back to this video literally from a year ago. I think I filmed this in May of 2020. This is one of my favorite looks. I just never got it edited on my computer and never uploaded it, so here I am an entire year later plus some months. But this is basically just like a get ready with me. I'm not sure if I want to talk completely over it or if I don't. I don't know. I guess I haven't done a voiceover in a long time, but basically I am applying my wig. So I first started out with an alcohol wipe, and I do have a wig cap on, but I just kind of pulled it back a little bit. But I started out with an alcohol wipe just to wipe my forehead down, and then I used some glue. This was the first time I had used like this type of glue. I usually just use the Got2b because I usually pull my wig off, but I think I was wanting to keep this wig on a little longer, so I went in with that. This was a disaster, you guys. Like I said, it was the first time I'd ever done this, and it was just a mess. Like the glue was getting in the baby hairs, and like, you know, it's a trial and error and, you know, a learning type of situation. But it was a mess, and you can see all that excess glue that's kind of drying now. Yeah, that was kind of getting stuck in the baby hairs. So it all turned out really, really nicely in the end. Like, I will say it all came together, but at the beginning it was a mess. But here I am just using the end of this rat tail comb and just kind of using that to push the wig into the glue. Now you can use an elastic band, which is something that I just recently learned about. You can probably get it from like your local sewing shop or Michael's or Walmart, you know, anywhere in like a craft section. It's just like a spandex, like elastic. It's not spandex, it's like an elastic band, and you can just put it around the edges, and that will help it to lay flat and stick down. So if I were to apply this wig today, I would put the glue on, pop the wig on, and instead of holding it right here, holding it down, I would just tie that band all the way around, and it would secure the wig to my head, and it would keep it, you know, nice in place. So I'm just cutting off a little bit of the excess ear part, and then I'm using some of the Got2b spray and just spraying that to also help secure it a little bit, pulling down a little bit of hair and cutting that so I have an you know, a little, what do you call these, sideburn, and then I'm just going to go ahead and tuck that up. And as you can see here, I'm just using a scarf, but now I have an elastic band that I use. So this is just, you know, old school throwback. Now we're gonna get started doing my eyeshadow. I'm using my Colourpop No Filter Concealer as always. This has always been my favorite concealer to wear. And really, you guys, I haven't really done my makeup in like 10 months. Besides like for my baby shower and my maternity pictures. So like looking at this, it's like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I did makeup. This is a 3502 palette from Morphe. I am taking a big Sigma E40 fluffy blending brush, and I think I'm using Spice from that palette, and I'm just working that into my crease. This is like just gonna be a really simple, neutral kind of eyeshadow look. Nothing too poppin', nothing too out there. This is Milani from Dose of Colors. This is a Desi Katie collab that they did like 3 years back. It's one of my favorite highlighters to use. I'm popping this under the brow bone. I don't generally highlight my brow bone, but today I was feeling it because I was doing an all matte eyeshadow look, and you know, sometimes when I do an all matte eyeshadow look, I want to go in with a little shimmer underneath the arch of the brow just to make it poppin', you know what I mean? So next I'm going to take this shade, not sure of the name, but I'm going to take this with a fluffy Sigma brush. I think it's like an E36 or something, and I'm just gonna pat that all over the lid. I love this color. It's kind of like a little mustardy moment. That's gonna go all over the lid, and then I'm gonna use this brown color, which is obviously one of my favorite colors because I have hit pan. You can really tell what colors I like to use out of this palette because I'm like down to the nitty gritty of it. But this is going to go into the outer V of my eye, and then I'm going to work this into the crease. I'm going to continue to build this up to get it nice and dark, not extremely dark, but dark enough to where it looks a little smoky. It's a little smoky moment, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm just going to keep working this in and blending them all out. gonna apply a little bit of mascara. I think this is the Laura Mercier mascara. I can't think of the name off the top of my head. I will try to have everything listed down below. I don't remember every single product I use off the top of my head, but I think I still have that mascara because I haven't really worn any makeup. But this is the Milk Hydro Primer, all-time favorite primer. I love to use it for myself. I love to use it for my clients. I kind of like to use this as a base primer, and then sometimes I will go in with a pore filling primer just in the cheek area. I didn't do that here today, but sometimes I do it. This is my Colourpop No Filter foundation. All-time favorite foundation. Like, it gives me such a flawless appearance. I mix two different ones. I think I mixed I can't remember, you guys. Like, literally, I literally haven't touched makeup in so long, like, and I haven't done a video like this in so long, like, I don't even remember the numbers or the shades that I even use. But this Revlon flat kabuki brush, I love this brush to apply foundation. I've been really loving applying my foundation and even my clients' foundation with a brush, and then the concealer with the beauty sponge or beauty blender. I just feel like the brush just gives you, first off, it gives you more coverage. Second off, it just blends it in and gives you a really seamless kind of natural appearance. It just looks better in my opinion. Then the Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer. This concealer is a really pretty kind of like golden concealer. It's so creamy and it's so easy to blend out, and it's so full coverage, yet it's so lightweight. Like, all this concealer that I'm putting on right now, not even necessary, you guys. Like, if I were to do my makeup today, I would probably use half of that concealer. And once again, it's so funny to see myself do my makeup a year ago and see kind of like how much of like the eyeshadow I was applying and the concealer I was applying and the foundation I was applying, and how much I wouldn't be applying today. Like, trends and the way that you apply your makeup just change so much. And like, when you're doing your makeup, like in this moment, I'm like, oh yeah, like you are slaying. But if I were to do that now, I would just save a lot of that product, because look at my forehead. Like, the whole forehead is now concealer as opposed to just a teeny tiny bit. The whole chin, the whole cheek area, you know what I mean? Like, you just don't need that much. So, but I am taking my brush and I am going to use that to kind of like blend out the edges, soften them up a little bit. I'm going to use this Makeup Revolution Bacon Blot Powder. I think it's in banana, with a Stilazzi, like, fluffy brush, and just use this to set my concealer. I go back and forth. I'll set it with a loose powder sometimes, and sometimes when I want a little bit brighter of a, how would you say, under eye, I will use a dry, you know, not dry, a pressed powder. Jesus, I'm so out of whack, you guys. I don't even know how to make up. I don't even know how to voice over anymore, let me tell you. This is the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette with an IT Cosmetics like double-ended brush, and I'm just contouring my cheekbones. This is like my go-to contour palette. I don't really use anything else. I don't really dabble into anything else, but just hitting the edges of the perimeter of my face. A lot of people like to cream bronze or cream contour. It's never been my thing. I feel it's just a little much in my opinion, but some people like to do that. This is the Black Radiance blush in the shade Toasted Almond. It's like the best blush ever if you are my complexion. Maybe even a little bit lighter, even a little bit darker, like a shade or two darker, a shade or two lighter. This is a really pretty blush. I use it on myself pretty much for every look, especially when I'm going out, and I like to use it on my clients as well. It's just a really pretty blush. This is Miname again. I'm just using this with a Stilazzi like little fluffy brush. I'm gonna apply this to the high points of my face just for a nice glow. This is just always gonna be a staple. It's always gonna look good. It's kind of more rose goldy than it is gold, but it looks really good on my skin tone, and it gives me that nice like shimmery pizzazz kind of vibe. Here I am just contouring my nose, and then I'm going to apply a little bit of highlight on the bridge and the tip of my nose. This is just a double-ended brush I got, I think, out of an Ipsy bag like years and years ago. Any pencil brush will do, and then just rub it out a little bit. And then I'm taking more of that dark brown shadow and just putting that down on the lower lash line, making sure to connect that out there in the outer V as well. I'm using the same brush that I use, the fluffy brush that I use in the upper crease area on the lower lash line, just to make sure it's nice and blended and blown out. And then I'm going to take the Abh Eye Primer. I really like this primer because it is white and it's really, really light on my skin tone. So I'm going to use a pencil brush from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush set and just pat that into the inner corner. And then I'm going to use a loose pigment. So as you can see, my nails are neon green. I wanted to do a pop of neon green as well. I'm going to use the Duraline into my waterline as well, just to give it a little pop. I ended up doing this look to go with the tie-dye that I filmed a year ago, and that was like a lime green tie-dye. So that's kind of like why like everything is like lime green, or like bright green, neon green I should say, on me, because I really wanted to make that like a thing. So there's a lot of loose pigment that ended up brushing away, and by the way, that was the Fleeky Fridays pigment stack that I use, but there's lots of neon pigment stacks that you can find. So what I did was take a little bit of that loose pigment and mix it with the Duraline, and here I am just using a Makeup Geek eyeliner brush and just putting that into my waterline. It didn't turn out like how I wanted it to, because it did end up starting to wither away a little bit, but it worked out. These are the Luxe Mink lashes. I'm gonna pop these on. These are like really nice and fluffy, but they are natural, so they're not like super over the top. Back then I was kind of going through like a little more of a natural moment. You know, I don't have on my fake nails. I was doing like a little more of a natural lash as opposed to like a crazy fluffy lash. I'm just using my Benefit brow pencil, the Ka-Brow brow pencil, and just, you know, making it a little feathered moment. And then I'm going to put my ponytail or my hair in a half pony. Now this is a frontal, but the frontal doesn't go all the way back. So if I turned around, you would literally see all of my tracks from this wig. But I was just at home. Actually, I think I did go out with Oslo. I think I went to Lowe's or something, but I just don't care, you guys. So, but if you care, don't do this. You don't want your track showing, but I literally couldn't be bothered. So just putting my hair in a half up, half down moment. I'm going to tighten that up, twist it around, and put it in a bun. I just thought this was so cute, you guys. Like, I just thought it turned out so cute. I'm also going to pop this scrunchie on. It's a lime green scrunchie that I got from Shein, and pull a little bit of the baby hairs forward, not too many because I don't want it to be, you know, too much. This is, I'm using some mousse from Nairobi, or from the brand Nairobi, and I'm just using a little bit of that on this edge brush, just two side pieces, and I think I'm going to end up cutting them a little bit just to make them like blend in, and then put some of that mousse around the edges of this the frontal, just to blend everything back so it looks a little more put together. For my lips, I'm using my all-time favorite lip liner. This is the Shayla X Colourpop lip liner, or lippy pencil in BFF number 4. It's just a really pretty brown lip liner color. Colourpop's lip liners are my favorite lip liners. They're super creamy. If you have drier lips, they don't skip or budge or anything like that. I think this is Cork from, this is either Cork or Knock on Wood. I actually think this is Knock on Wood, because Cork is a little bit darker than this. So this is Knock on Wood from Colourpop. I'm going to pop that into the center of my lips, and then I'm going to go back in with the lip liner and just kind of blend it out a little bit, just to go over the edges, make sure those are still dark. You don't want them to be too dark, but you know, to each his own. Do whatever you want to do with your lips. Then I'm using the Colourpop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Fantasia, I think it is. This is just like a perfect nude gloss. It's my favorite to put over any type of nude lip combo. It just brings everything together and makes it look all nice. But basically that is the end of the look, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you did. If you want me to do more voiceovers or more makeup looks, let me know down in the comment section. I know it's been quite a while since I've posted a makeup video, but give me some time. I'm still working through being a new mom, but I still wanted to get a look up, especially this look, especially because I loved it so much. So I love you all, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Mwah. Bye.